I did fall pregnant because it meant that I don't have my periods. I did not have a lot of morning sickness, backaches, the headaches, the tender teeth, and raise our child in Japan. Can you imagine us having a baby? Here we are. Here we are. How is that you have insomnia while pregnant?
I got it, that's what you got it. I got it, yes I do, wherever you pull me along.
Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bradley.d.hlatshwayo on social media platforms. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, and please don't forget to give this video a like. Today, as you can tell from the title, we are doing a pregnancy Q&A. So I got some couple of questions on Instagram and also got a couple of questions on YouTube. So I'm gonna go through all those questions and I'm gonna answer them. This is gonna be a very casual video. It's not gonna be anything super serious, but yeah, I just thought let's talk about this current stage of my life and just see where my head is at. I'm just gonna read the questions and we're gonna go through them together. I'm gonna first do the YouTube questions first and then I'm gonna move on to Instagram. So the first question is, hey Zuri, what's one thing you wish you had known before becoming pregnant, and how has your relationship with your partner evolved during pregnancy? So the first thing I wish I knew, or the thing that I wish I knew before becoming pregnant, was how isolating being pregnant feels. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. You can have as much support as you can possibly have, but no one will fully understand what you're going through more than you. Like with my partner, there's so many things that I was explaining to him, like emotionally, hormonal and all of that stuff, but I still don't think he got it. So it's a very isolating and lonely experience just to be like pregnant overall. Like granted, it's like a beautiful experience and it's great and all of that stuff, but it's like very isolating and like lonely. I don't know how else to explain it. Like I was happy and stuff, but it's like you're lonely because you're going through all these things by yourself and you can't even share it with like your partner or anything like that. So it's a very weird experience to say the least. So I wish I had known that specifically. And then the relationship between me and my partner, how it's evolved, like he is even more caring. Like he treats me like an egg. I was treated like an egg before, but this time I'm being treated like an egg, like a very delicate egg. Like he does everything for me and he's always done everything for me, and he does more now. And I'm just like, man, I should have been pregnant a long time ago, because like, what is this premium package treatment that I'm getting? He is like super extra protective over me, which is like, oh, okay. I didn't know this is what I had to do years ago for you to be like this. So the next question is, hey Zuri, aren't you scared of raising the baby away from home, away from your mom? Because I believe you will need your mother's hand. You're gonna be a first-time mom, so all of this is going to be new to you. I am a bit scared to do this all by myself, but I'm not alone. I have friends here in Japan, and my husband obviously is here with me, and he has dedicated like a month off of leave to like just try and figure this out together. So I am scared, and I don't know, like I'm not super scared to say, I'm just like anxious, you know. So like there's a difference. Like I'm not like, oh my god, this is such a scary experience, but I'm like very anxious to see like what it's gonna be like without help. But I know that I will have help from my husband. Obviously I won't have help from my mom, but I'll have help from my husband. So yeah, I'm not really scared. And also the health system here in Japan is very great, so I have confidence in that, and I'm not gonna, you know, project things out into the future if there's nothing to be scared of, you know. Like I'm not the first person to do like motherhood or abroad by myself and all of that. So yeah, I think I'll be okay. Like my mom calls me every day, we talk every day, and we're trying to figure out things every day. She's also a nurse, so yeah, she knows what's going on, so I think I'll be okay. Hey Zuri, are you going to go back to work? Since you said your job was so demanding in the toxic work culture in Japan, I'm curious if you have an option to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom since it's your first time. Yeah, so I'm gonna play it by ear, to say the least. Remember, like we came overseas for money, so if I'm gonna sit at home and not go back to work, then the money aspect of it is not gonna be coming in, because we want to be a 2-income household. Obviously, that's always been the plan. Ideally, I would like to be a stay-at-home mom, but like also a stay-at-home mom that earns money. So I don't know if I can do those two things at the same time. There's an option here in Japan to work part-time, which I will look into. And also with my company, they said to me, if I'm not really ready to come back and I want to take extended childcare leave, I can do that. I just need to communicate with them. So we'll see when the time comes and how I feel. Obviously, like, I cannot decide for myself now to say, oh yeah, after I give birth, after this specific certain period, I want to go back to work and all of that stuff. So I don't know yet. But like I said, like, realistically speaking, we want to be, or we are, a 2-income household, and that is the plan. It has always been the plan. So there are nurseries that I might look into, but then that's like well into the future, and that's something I have not yet decided yet. So yeah, I don't think I want to stay at home and not work at all, because I went to university and I studied and it was so hard. So I mean, I need to use my degree, okay? And I also love earning my own money. The next question is, do they have maternity leave in Japan? So the answer is yes, they do have maternity leave in Japan. They have 2 types of leaves. So you have a 3 months maternity leave. So it's like 4 weeks before you give birth, and then 2 weeks after you give birth, which, not 2 weeks, 8 weeks after you give birth, I'm sorry. That will total into 3 months. So, and then you have something called childcare leave. So childcare leave is like leave that women take, and you'll stay at home, obviously, and raise your child up until they turn a year. And then when they turn a year, the childcare leave is finished. So yeah, those are the 2 types of leaves that you get here in Japan. Currently, I am on my maternity leave. And then with how things are situated in my company, I can take childcare leave, but it'll be unpaid. Hey Zuri, how is your cravings when it comes to food in a foreign country? You might want food from home. I mean, that one traditional food. Oh my god, you don't know. This other day I woke up and I was craving beef bones, like marambo. You know how they cook like cabbage with like bones and stuff inside, like in one pot, like, oh, and you eat it with pap. Like, I was craving that so badly. And I was craving like tin fish, like Lucky Star. Tin fish and pap, everything and pap. I was like craving pap so badly. We eventually found pap on Amazon. I think I showed you guys, like, I'll put a screenshot here. It's not the same though, but I tried to make do with what I have. I had cravings of olives, like salty things like olives, gherkins. I wanted to eat salsa for whatever reason, I don't know. My most disgusting craving was the olive juice. So the brine that the olives are in, I wanted to drink that so badly. I had to stop myself every now and then, but sometimes I dipped my spoon in there and I licked it. So that was my biggest cravings. And yeah, I would have loved to have food from home, obviously, during my pregnancy, because it would have made things so much easier. Because I feel like that made me even more grumpy, because I was like, I want to eat this specifically and I couldn't find it. Like even chips, like knickknacks, they don't have that here. So I had cravings, but I couldn't satisfy my cravings. So it also made for a good weight maintenance, because I'm not gaining weight really in my pregnancy, because I'm not eating a lot of things that I would like to eat. So yeah, I had, however, a big pregnancy aversion. So that is something that I didn't know, by the way. That is one thing actually I would have added to my thing, because people always talk about pregnancy cravings. They don't talk about pregnancy aversion. So I had a big pregnancy aversion, which means that I just hated the smell of everything, like food, coffee, it doesn't matter, like the outside, people's perfumes. Oh my god, like I hate it. I had a big pregnancy aversion. My husband drinks coffee and I was like, please stop, like just stop drinking coffee, like stop making food. And in Japan also, like they use soy sauce for everything. So all the apartments, when you pass by them, they just cook with soy sauce and it smelled disgusting. I could not eat sushi. When I started loving eating sushi, and I couldn't eat sushi because they use soy sauce and stuff, and the sushi places just smelled disgusting. It's not like the sushi places smell disgusting, it was because of my pregnancy aversion. So stuff here in Japan in general was like disgusting to me. I could not eat ramen, I could not eat anything. It was just like, oh my god, this is so nasty. So yeah, people's food, even people's food at work, even the food that the kids were eating at work was just so nasty. I was like, but I found out that like that's a pregnancy aversion. So I had a huge pregnancy aversion compared to a pregnancy craving. The next question is, do you have any health related issues due to your pregnancy, i.e. tooth falling out? Oh my god, hair loss, loss in hearing, loss in eyesight. That's another thing. Why nobody tell us that? Like, why? Okay. Let me tell you, my teeth were very sensitive. Like, I thought to myself I had cavities. I went to the dentist so many times, and they're like, there's nothing wrong with your teeth. I was like, what do you mean they're painful? So my teeth were really, really painful. And then my eyesight in jail, like, it's slowly declining. Like, I could read such fine text, and my eyesight is like slowly declining. But other than that, like, I didn't have any major health issues. The only thing that is a bit strange right now is like my BP. So every time I go to the hospital for my checkups and all of that stuff, my BP is always high. But I understand why, because I go to my checkups after I come back from work. So I take like a half day and I go to the hospital for my checkup. So like I leave work at 12, but like it's like a tight window. Like I have to get to my appointment at 2, and I work like 1 hour 30 minutes away. So like I also don't give myself enough time to like relax and go to my appointments. So by the time I get there, my heartbeat is very high because I'm running for a train, I'm running for the bus, I'm rushing to the hospital, so I make my appointment on time. So my BP has been high, so they recommended that I buy this other BP checker thing, so I can check my own blood pressure at home, which is what I do now. I wake up at a specific time, I check my blood pressure, and my blood pressure at home has been okay. So they normally do say that like when you're at the hospital, because you're so anxious and you're scared, and also like remember everything is being done in Japanese, so that also adds like an extra added layer of anxiety. So maybe that's why my blood pressure is like you know. So yeah, that's that. And then the other thing that it's not really like a health issue, but like I'm low on iron, like not too low, like but like 1 point or 2 points. My iron levels are like very low, so like I'm slightly anemic. So my gynae gave me pills to take so that I can increase my iron levels. So I can stop being anemic. I know I am anemic because we don't eat beef. Beef here in Japan is so expensive, and also the beef is so thin and so little. I try to eat spinach, but the spinach here is very different from the normal spinach that I'm used to. So we normally don't really gravitate towards buying beef in Japan because it's really, really expensive. So that's why I'm like slightly anemic. So yeah, those are the only health issues that I have. I'm very active because I walk a lot. I walk like about like 7,000 steps a day. So nothing else is wrong health issue wise. But yeah, I did not know that your eyesight starts going away. That was news to me. And my teeth, I can't believe my teeth are just sore for no reason. I hope they don't fall out, because I did not know that pregnant women's teeth fell out. Please, hey, like, can I please keep my teeth? The next question is, what do you like/hate about having to raise your baby in a foreign country? Okay, what I love about Japan specifically is that their healthcare system is really, really amazing, and the government provides a lot of subsidies for pregnant people in general. They help you with the costs of giving birth. They let your child have free healthcare basically up until a certain age. They help you with nurseries and all of that stuff. They just like they encourage people to have children. Like they want people to have children. Like, so they make things suitable for people to have children. They give you money, even like a gift. They give you money before you. The fact that you are pregnant, they'll give you money to congratulate you that you're pregnant. And then when you give birth, they give you money to say that congratulations, you've given birth. Like, thank you for giving birth. And then also like they give you like grant, you know, like welfare money and stuff. Like they do so much. So like that aspect of it is really, really great. The thing that I might not like is the fact that we potentially might have to raise our child with a lot of languages, you know, like Japanese, English, Afrikaans, Tsonga. So that's a lot of things for a child's developmental stage. Like it's just a lot. It just sounds like a lot for me. And then also like the logistics of like doing stuff in a foreign language is just too much. Like going to the nursery and trying to figure things out in Japanese is going to be really, really difficult. I don't hate it. I'm just finding it like dreadful. Like I'm dreading the process already, because like I've had to do so many things at the hospital in Japanese, translating forms, using my limited Japanese ability has been challenging. Imagine doing all of those things for your child. It's going to be very, very difficult. So yeah, some aspects about the Japanese culture that I like, and then there are some aspects about the Japanese culture that I don't like. So I have to think about those kind of things, and like if I want to raise my child here given the society and how Japan is like. So yeah, those are the things that I think about. Like I don't hate stuff, but I dread stuff. So there's a big difference. There's nothing I hate, but like I dread, like it's like it feels like a burden a bit, you know. How do you feel about being pregnant in a foreign country? I feel okay. The only thing I do feel is a little bit of anxiety, obviously, because of the language barrier that comes with being in Japan, especially because I'm not really fluent in Japanese. My Japanese speaking abilities is like about 3 months worth of schooling that I did. So I'm hoping that will get me through this whole process. But yeah, I don't feel bad or like sad about it. I'm happy. Like I'm happy to be in this current phase and stage in my life. So I'm not really thinking too much about it, but I obviously do think about it when I go to the hospital, because I'm just like, oh my god, whip out that Japanese brain of yours and make it work, you know. It's a shame that my mom is not here with me, and like family members and all of those, you know, all of those people to like go through this with me. But I'm glad that my husband is, so like, because it's between the two of us and anyway at the end of the day. So yeah, just that little aspect of it makes it a bit, you know, it's a shame. But for the most part, I feel okay, man. I feel okay. I feel content. How liberated do you feel from not having to bleed because you're growing a tiny human in you? Yeah, teenage pregnancy. Has the journey had an impact on how you view life now? Let me tell you, for from a person that has a horrible period, this has been bliss for me. Because when I got to Japan last year, by the way, let me tell you the reason why actually I did get pregnant. When I got to Japan last year, let me come closer. I had the worst period, or a couple of months of having the worst period I've ever had in my life, because the medication here in Japan is like very small doses. In South Africa, if we make 60 milligrams of something, in Japan they'll make 10 milligrams of that. So the pain medication in Japan is not working. So I'm really glad that I did fall pregnant, because it meant that I don't have my period. So I'm really happy, because I've always said to myself, like, I should just fall pregnant because I won't have my period, and I don't have my period. So I'm really happy about that. I will say this, compared to a few years ago, you know, when I was like 24, 23 and all of that stuff, like I've changed a lot since then personally. There's a lot of things that used to matter to me back then that don't matter anymore. So I won't say being pregnant has changed that, but over time I've gradually grown. The only thing that, maybe not the only thing, but like the thing that I've noticed the most that has changed about me is that I'm more mindful about how I use money and how I view things in general. You know, like if there was a new latest thing that needed to be bought, or like outfits or new trend and all of that stuff, I'd be on it. Like I'd be like, let me buy this outfit, let me buy these clothes, let me buy these shoes and all of that stuff. Like I just wanted to have stuff. I am more mindful now about money, and I'm saving. I've never saved this much in my life. I don't even know who I am. I started saving like when I was 25, y'all. 25, 24, I was peak Bradley, you know. Like when I turned 24, it's like there was a new revelation. But like now, yes, like I will earn my salary and I will not touch it. I will literally not touch it. Like I don't know who I am. Like back then I'd be like, I'm gonna get a little just to do my nails, I'm gonna get a little just to do this and this and this. I don't know. All I think about is that I need to put money away for the baby. I need to put money away for the baby, because kids are expensive. I've always been told that kids are expensive, and I also thought that by the time I got pregnant I would have had enough money saved for me to have a child. But like, you know, you're never ready until you are ready. So like, yeah, I save ridiculously now. Like it's on another level. Like if I could have a stash and just like that would be me. Like I save ridiculously. I'm more mindful, I'm more conscious about spending and using money and buying like stupid things, or things that I used to think were important that are not important anymore right now. So that's the little bit of impact it's had on me. Let's move on to the Instagram questions. The first question is on Instagram. Being a foreign teacher, how did your school react to the news? How long is maternity leave in Japan? So I waited until I was like 20 weeks before I told my school that I was pregnant, because I just wanted to be on the safe side. Like, you tell people like you're pregnant and then it's like, oh yeah, you're pregnant, and then something happens. So I didn't want that. I wasn't manifesting something bad happening, but I just wanted to wait and be safe for my sake and my sanity. So I told them when I was 20 weeks pregnant. Both my managers were relatively like, they were happy, obviously, but obviously that impacts the company in a way, because now someone else is going to go on maternity leave, and it's like, I'm thinking it's a very challenging thing for them to like maybe have to deal with. So yeah, they were very happy. They announced it to the rest of the staff, and then the staff at my workplace like are and were very helpful when it comes to things, because they know like being pregnant is like something not to be taken lightly. So they helped me a lot. So yeah, that's how they dealt with it. And then maternity leave in Japan, maternity leave is 3 months, and then childcare leave is a year. Hi beautiful, congratulations. What are your fears of being a first-time mom while being in a foreign country? Here's how I operate. I do not want to speak things into existence that are not already there. So I'm not going to say I'm scared of this, oh I'm afraid this might happen, of this and this and this and this and this. So I don't have a lot of fears. I'm not scared of anything, because I do not want to speak those specific things into my future and into my child. So I'm content and I'm okay, and whatever it is that comes our way, obviously like I'll try and figure it out. The only thing that I keep saying is the language barrier in Japan, which has been okay relatively speaking, and obviously we have Google Translate, thank God for technology. But yeah, I don't have fears. I'm just curious about what type of mom I'm gonna be because I don't know, like I'm reading about stuff now, like, you know, gentle parenting and all of the stuff. So like those are the kind of things I think about. I'm not scared. I'm hoping my child will be smart, and I'm wondering if I'm gonna be those type of moms that like pick careers and stuff for their kids. But like, you know, like I don't have fears, because I do not want to speak things into existence. How's pregnancy treating you? Morning sickness and all of that stuff. I did not have a lot of morning sickness. I had the feeling of nausea. I don't know if you associate that with morning sickness or you call it morning sickness, in my first trimester. And then also like I vomited like once. The other time I vomited was from the fact that I caught norovirus from the kids at my school. That was the other time I vomited. So I didn't have a lot of morning sickness. I did have the feeling of like wanting to vomit because of my pregnancy aversion. So every time I smelled something bad, I was like, you know, but I never puked. Like I never vomited and stuff. And then how pregnancy is treating me. Pregnancy has been a roller coaster, or pregnancy is a roller coaster in general. Like I don't think one person might tell you that it's been a breeze or it's been like whatever. But for me, for the most part, like, I don't know, I would not recommend like 2 out of 10. maybe a 3, maybe a 2.5, because there's a lot of things that happen to your body as a woman that no one will ever tell you, because I don't think no one pregnancy is the same. Like I could be going through this and this and this, and then someone else will be going through that and that and then that. Like my sister-in-law had a baby like a year ago, and I would often ask her like, did you have this and this and this? And she's like, no. Did you do this? And no. Did this happen to you? No. So yeah, like pregnancy is very similar, but also very individual. So I don't know about the whole thing about being pregnant. If there was a way we could have our babies without, like, if I could carry and grow my child here, I would do it. Because if I would be pregnant here, yeah, I would do it. I don't know, like the whole pregnancy journey it's a journey. That's what I'll say. It's a journey. I didn't particularly like enjoy. There's some stages I'm enjoying, but there's some stages I'm not enjoying, like the back aches, the headaches, the tender teeth, the random things that happen to you that you don't know will happen to you. That stage I don't enjoy, because like, I mean, so much research has been done, but not enough research has been done, because like it's such a unique experience. Like you can't really compare it, you know. So yeah, that's how. I can't say it's bad, but I can't say it's great either. Some people have like a breeze when they're pregnant and all of that. I feel like my pregnancy is more like I'm happy, content, and also anxious type of pregnancy. So yeah, 3 out of 10. Would not recommend. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm just joking though, but you do it if you want to. I don't care. It's not my life. How do we send the baby gifts? Guys, sending stuff here is going to be very expensive. If you would like to actually send me a gift, you could watch the ads, and you could also click that thing that says super thanks, send me a bit of money. That's how you can. That's genuinely, that's not even jokes, because I never say this on my channel, but like, if more than ever you felt generous and you feel like you need to help your girl out, this is the time for you to help your girl out. If you click that super thanks thing, the thing that looks like a heart with a little cash sign on it, you can send me money. Or you could watch the ads and not skip them, so I can be able to buy my baby diapers and clothes and food and support my baby, you know. That would be nice. I would appreciate it. Like all the aunties and all the internet aunties and uncles, if that's how you would like to support our baby, because it's our baby now, that's how you can. Super thanks and watching the ads. Are you planning on raising your little one in Japan? Congratulations again. As of now, there are no plans of us moving back to South Africa or anything like that. So we're in Japan, and we're gonna try and be in Japan and raise our child in Japan. I think I did a video last year where we were speaking about plans that we have. I mean, when we first got here, we said we would try to live here and see how life is like here, and if we don't like it, obviously like things would change. So we've had conversations about like what our future holds, because things are different now. But as for now, like as we speak right now, we are gonna be in Japan. The baby's gonna be born in Japan. The baby's gonna live in Japan. So that's the plan right now. So there's nothing else that I can say, because plans have not changed yet, and Japan has not been mean or bad to us. So yeah, that's the plan. How are you holistically? Feel free to reach out when you need advice. I am okay. Like I said, like there's a lot of hormonal changes that happen in your body, and sometimes I can't explain the things that happen to me. So obviously I'm not good all the time, and I'm not happy, and I'm not, you know, I don't know what's going on. Let me just say that. Like there's a lot that I don't know what's going on. Like every day I'm on the Googlish Moogler, I'm googling like, if I feel like this, what's going on? If my nipples start looking like this, what's going on? Why am I getting dark on the spot? Like, why does water taste weird? Or why do my gums hurt? And why does my head feel tender? Or this feels like that. Like there's so much going on. So I am not sure. I am content. Like above all else, I'm content with everything. I'm not happy about everything, and you can't always be happy, obviously, but like I'm content right now. And yeah, I don't know, I can't wish for things to be different, because I've never gone through this experience before in my life. So I've never been pregnant before. I can't say, oh yeah, I wish my second pregnancy was better than my first pregnancy. I can't wish my, you know, that kind of stuff. I can't wish for anything, because I don't know. I literally don't know. Like I'm just like running around like a headless chicken, because I'm figuring it out day by day. So yeah, I am content, but I'm like, why is this happening? What's that, you know? Every single time there's like something aching or looking weird, I'm running to the hospital. So yeah, that's how life is going. That's how I am. Have you started baby shopping? Yeah. And if you guys obviously watched the gender reveal, I'm gonna be wearing a whole lot of blue, so to embrace my boy mom status. When I found out it was a boy, I started like obviously shopping for baby boy clothes. And let me say this, why do shops make baby boy clothes so ugly? Why must it always be a dinosaur, a truck, a car, or some animal? Like I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. And the clothes that don't have animal printing and all of those things on them are so expensive. What's going on? Like what's going on? But yeah, I've started shopping. I actually started shopping a year ago when I was shopping for my sister-in-law, when we bought her some little outfits and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Can you imagine us having a baby? Here we are Now a year later, it is our turn. So yeah, I've started shopping. I love shopping, you guys know that from my try on hauls, my many try on hauls. And my mom told me that I'm gonna waste a lot of money buying baby clothes. She's not wrong. I will. How do you feel now at this stage of your pregnancy? So at this stage of my pregnancy, if you guys know how to do mathematics, you know, if you know how to do a quick 1 2 3, you already know the situation, the status of what's going on right now. I'm just sharing what has already been documented in my pregnancy journey, but you and I know that, you know, I know, right? But hypothetically speaking, so my 3rd trimester was the best time of my life because one, I forgot I was pregnant. My stomach grew, but in terms of like feeling, I felt back to normal. It felt like either I was getting used to the hormonal changes and stuff, and I was like, I've got this in the bag, or my hormones went back to normal. Like there was like a balance again, which I can't even explain how that happened, you know? So yeah, I felt good. I felt also at the same time, you know, because life, duality, baby. I felt terrible because one, I was thick and like big in the stomach area. Like my stomach was so big. I didn't even know my stomach could get that big. Like my stomach was so huge. Like I don't understand why my stomach was so huge. And all the things that I used to do, like plainly sleeping. How is that you have insomnia while pregnant? It doesn't make sense. Like the whole premise of being pregnant is the fact that you can sleep whenever you want. But no. Sleeping and the constant peeing and someone sitting on your bladder. No. I don't like it. So quite frankly, how I feel is that I'm happy and I'm also over it at the same time because I get this baby out of me right now and I want to have my body and I want to be able to sleep on my stomach and I want to be able to sleep on my back because apparently you can't sleep on your back when you're pregnant. I don't understand why, but anyway, that's it. That's how I feel. I feel happy and like, get this baby out of me, please. Hey mama, how have you changed since pregnancy? What's new? What new routine have you adopted? So what has changed since I've been pregnant? Obviously I can't drink alcohol. That has changed. Come here. Let's talk about it quickly. And like, I want to talk to people that are not judgmental, okay? But like, come here. Let me tell you something. The moment you find out you're pregnant, and you didn't know that you're gonna be pregnant, right? Like there are people that plan their pregnancies. That's a different situation. Like those people, you guys go sit over there. There are people that find out the way we found out, because you are a drinker. Like some of us, like I'm not a heavy drinker, but like I enjoyed a glass of wine every now and then, okay? And it was nice. Like come back home, unwind, wine. Now that I can't drink wine, why do I feel like I'm an alcoholic? Why do I feel like I've been forced to go, you know, cold turkey after consuming this thing that I consume just like that? Like it feels like every time I see alcohol, I'm just like, oh my god, one day me and you, baby, we wanna be here. And every now and then I'm just like, if you're drinking alcohol, like I wanna smell it or something like that. Like, oh, why? That has changed a lot because I can't have a little Chardonnay. I can't have a little Merlot. I can't have it. And my husband is not fair because he is drinking. And I'm just like, bro, where is your moral support? Where is your we're in this together? Why are you drinking? And obviously I can't stop him. Like I don't want to be unfair and be like, hey, stop drinking. Even though I have asked him a couple of times, like, don't drink, please don't drink for my sake. But that's the thing that has changed. Obviously, like I don't drink, which sucks. I mean, I'm happy, but like that sucks. I mean, alcohol is kind of nice. So yeah, and I probably won't drink for a very long time because I plan on breastfeeding because I will not have big breasts for nothing. You know, the other thing that has changed is I don't know, like I'm more conscious of what I consume, like in terms of like foods and stuff. I'm more conscious of what I eat. I try my very best not to eat fast food or like things that are like considered bad, and I try to incorporate a lot more vegetables. And then also like I'm very, very finicky, like about hygiene. I was always like hygienic and like clean and stuff, but like now, like it's borderline OCD, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, that's what has changed. The first thing that has changed, I'm not a big fan of. Bring back my alcohol. Oh yeah. Okay. And then the next question is your mom coming? Because there's a word missing there. Is your mom coming to Japan to help you when the baby comes? All the best. Unfortunately, right now, traveling is expensive for us. So hopefully, my mom can come to Japan when enough money is saved to see the baby. But like in the first few months when our child is born, it'll just be me and my husband and our friends here in Japan and the midwives and the hospital and all of those things. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. But also the situation at my house with my mom right now is a bit difficult because she's doing something for her life that she wanted to do her whole life, and I don't want to disturb that. So yeah, the logistics of it is a bit difficult. But like also like flying here is very expensive when you just want to come here. So yeah. And then congratulations is the next question. Is childcare leave paid or unpaid, and are you considering daycare? So childcare leave in Japan is normally paid, but given the circumstances of my work situation is that I'm reaching a year of working for my company in October, and I got pregnant before I reached that year. So the childcare leave, I will not get paid, but I will get paid maternity leave from the government, which is what I'm going to claim. So yeah, that's how it's working out. And then the next part of the question is, are you considering daycare? I mean, realistically speaking, again, we both came to Japan to work, to earn money. So I feel like it would be like a bit selfish of me to maybe not consider going back to work and considering daycare. I am not the biggest fan because obviously like I worked for a kindergarten or like a creche at this point, and I saw how kids often got sick and all of that stuff. So I'm like a bit like worried about that and anxious about that. But I think when my baby is old enough and I feel like I'm ready, I will consider daycare. It's something that's not like, oh my god, I'm not gonna take my child to daycare. I will definitely take my child to daycare. I feel like kids need it. Like, that adds an extra layer of development to them. And obviously for parents that are working parents, they definitely need daycare. So I'm planning to be a working parent, so I am considering daycare. Do you plan on coming back to South Africa, not for visiting but to stay? Like I said before, I don't know. Like, I'm not completely closed off to it. I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm not completely closed off to it because my husband is on here. I can't speak to him, but I'm not completely closed off to going back to South Africa. I would not go back to East London when I go back. Obviously, like, we lived in East London, we experienced it. It was what it was. Yeah, I would consider moving back somewhere else. I wouldn't move back to Pretoria nor Joburg either. So yeah, I'm not completely closed off to moving back to South Africa to stay, but for now we are gonna still live in Japan. Yeah, so we've completed a year, we're going again another year. We'll see at the end of that year if we decide, okay, we're finished, we're done, then we'll go. But if not, we'll go again another year. So yeah, we'll both keep renewing our contracts until we are heartful of Japan. Check if your child could become a Japanese citizen, and congrats. My child cannot become a Japanese citizen because Japan doesn't work like that. So what we need to do when our child is born is go register them in the South African embassy. The embassy will register our child at the Home Affairs in South Africa. South Africa will send back the stuff here and we will receive it, and our child will become a South African citizen. What our child will get is a visa to stay here. So they will be on the dependent visa, like I was on the dependent visa from Devout's side or my side. Doesn't matter whose dependent visa they will take. Most likely Devout's dependent visa because his dependent visa is very long, unlike mine. So yeah, in Japan just because you gave birth here doesn't mean your child automatically becomes a citizen. They refuse that. It's not their law. The only way you can become a citizen, a Japanese citizen, or my child can become a Japanese citizen, is if I had a child with a Japanese man. And as you guys know, my husband is Afrikaans and not Japanese, so I can't. Yeah, the most you can get here in Japan is like permanent residency, which will give you for like up to 10 years. And then over the years, you could like neutralize and become like slowly, maybe, I don't know, then you'll probably get citizenship. But like Japan is one of the countries that is the hardest places to get citizenship. Just in J, they don't give you citizenship. And if they do give you citizenship, you have to renounce your other citizenship. So you have to give up being South African to become fully Japanese. So yeah. I know you said you guys plan to stay in Japan for a while, but after Japan, what about another country? I don't know. It's not out of the question. It's not like something that we would not consider. I don't know. Like, I feel like the moment you leave your home country, you get bitten by this bug of wanting to be the citizen of the world. I don't know why. It's like, I don't know, like my mind is different now. Like my mind is expanded. I'm just like, wow, people really live like this in other countries. Like I did not know that because we were in South Africa for so long. So I don't know, like it's not, I'm not gonna say no. I'm never gonna do that. I'm never gonna consider another country. I would definitely consider another country if there's like another opportunity that poses itself and pays me more, because money talks, baby. And obviously like a different opportunity, because being an English teacher here in Japan, guys, there's no career growth here. That's one thing we will talk about that in a different video. There's no career growth here for teachers. Like this does not add any teaching experience to you. It gives you money, because if we as South Africans are struggling with unemployment, you get the unemployment rate here in this country is so little that you get a job within a day or two when you apply, especially if you're looking for English teaching jobs, is what I'm going to speak on. So yeah, another country is not out of the realm of possibilities. I'm not going to say never. I'm never going to move. Like I would definitely be open if there's another country that's like much better than what we have here in Japan. For sure, why not? And if South Africa just somehow decides to fix corruption, electricity problem, water problems, and road problems, and everything else that obviously is not the greatest about our country, for sure I would even move back home. Not a question, but we've been waiting for your gender reveal. Luckily for you, the gender reveal is out. The video is out, and we're having a boy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a boy mom. I can't believe I have to keep a boy alive. You know, boys. But yeah, I'm gonna be a boy mom. So excited. I hope you like the little gender reveal video. The next question, and then she says, same person. And also, did you have a baby shower, or are you planning on having one? So initially, I wasn't planning on having a baby shower, but my friends and my husband threw me a baby shower that I didn't know about. As you guys know, like I have like 3 or 2 friends here in Japan. So my baby shower was very intimate. It was, it involved those people that I've made friends with, because it's so hard for me to make friends. I'm very closed off. I need to change. I did have a baby shower that my friends and my husband threw for me. What I did for myself, because I knew that I was not going to have a baby shower, was that I did a pregnancy photo shoot, which in my mind replaced the baby shower that I was not going to have, because I didn't have a baby shower because my family and friends are here. So yeah, that's the one that happened. And then the last one is like, congratulations, wishing you the best. And that is it. That is the last of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I am really looking forward to this journey and seeing what it holds and what type of mom I'm gonna be. Like, it's something different. It's a new era. I can't even be the crazy silly me anymore, because I feel like, oh my god, I need to grow up. I need to be an adult now. Like, it's time. Teenage pregnancy is up and busy, and I'm a teen mom, that's how I feel. But anyway, I'm really grateful for you guys for supporting and your continuous engagement with my channel and my content. I know we all hate creators that start out single and by themselves and then jiggy they get in a relationship, jiggy jiggy, they get married, jiggy jiggy, they have a child. I know that's the like constant you know, sentiment online that people have, that oh my god, your favorite creator had a baby, your favorite creator had I'm so sorry, I'm part of those people. But you know what, like life is life, guys. Like we grow, and this is where we are in life. Thank you guys so much for your constant support, and thank you guys for always watching and liking my videos. And if you would like to support my channel even more, and if you would like to support your internet nephew, please do click the super thanks button, and please do watch the ads so your girl can get a little bit of money to buy diapers. I need money to buy diapers. So if you want to support my channel, and if you want to support me and my little family, that's how you can support us. And click the subscribe button, like the video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Until then, bye.